Hello and welcome back to the cockpit of the A-18 Hornet. We are continuing to play through the final version of the flight school campaign that I developed for this aircraft. Today's episode is going to be combined operations. We will be providing seed for a pair of F-18 Hornets. So we have to take out the SAM site first, and then have them go in and attack the target and defend them as they do so. So let's go ahead, hop in, and do this.
Now that we have a good idea of how to approach targets and, ideally, get away unscathed, it's time to start diving into more realistic scenarios. As stated before, it is relatively unusual during an attack for a unit to perform its own seed, as aircraft have limited arms and it's better to have one unit focused on taking out air defenses while another comes in after to bomb targets.
Flight controls. Flight controls.
For the next couple of missions, we're going to practice everything we learned and try to simulate a more real-world environment. Today's lesson is going to be straight seed, approach the area of operations, fire off your harms, and then remain on station to either continue suppressing the SAM site should you fail to destroy it, or take out any pop-up sites that might show up while the attack unit completes its run.
Rearming complete.
The lesson will be successfully complete if the attacking Hornets are able to drop their ordnance without being shot down. Get your aircraft loaded with the appropriate weaponry. Set your harms up to fire on a SAM site near Waypoint 2, then get into the air and fly to Waypoint 1 for further instructions.
Alright, cool. It's time to get all my weapons set up. Get ourselves over to the airstrip. And away we go here in just a second. All right. We'll get off the ground, do some time compression, and get ourselves to Waypoint 1 really quickly. Get a continuing brief, and then off we go. Positive rate, gear up, flaps up. Autopilot coupled to the navigation system. Throttle back to where we're not in afterburner anymore, so that we don't run out of fuel. And time compression. I find that 14 or 15 for my system is about good.
Fence in. As with all prior missions, the area of operations is Waypoint 2. You've had plenty of practice taking out SAM sites in the area, so just do what you did before, then use your comms to report to Uzi that the SAM site is neutralized so they can begin their run, as they'll be holding at their own waypoint outside the range of the site until you let them know.
Yeah, they should be.
You can find the radio option in the other section of the comm menu. Do your best to be sure they're dead, as if the site is still active, it won't end well.
So hopefully these guys are actually
Once that's
working
done, continue to Waypoint 2 and provide...
They're not supposed to engage the SAM sites. All right, so here's what we're going to do. I've been having an issue with the... They're not supposed to attack anything. They're just supposed to sit there until I tell them, hey, SAM site's done. And it used to work, but now all of a sudden it's not working anymore. So I'm getting really annoyed because I've had to do this mission many times. So I'm going to, I can't imagine that they're, I can't imagine that they're that close that I have to worry about that. They shouldn't be engaging SAM sites. So I have them set up to orbit. Yeah, I don't know. We're going to add another waypoint here. And then we're going to remove the attack unit here. We're going to add it to here. I had it this way before. I had it set up to for them to go to waypoint 2 and then attack a unit. And then, okay, so let's see. We're going to edit this, and we're going to give it a condition. We want flag 101. That's the flag we have triggered for... I don't have... Add the radio item that allows you to let them know. And then nothing else should... The flag 101 should not be... Yeah, flag 101 should not be anywhere else. So... I'm actually going to remove all of these I don't want them doing anything other than exactly what I tell them to do. So I want them to orbit at waypoint 1. And I want them to continue orbiting at waypoint 1 until this flag becomes there, right? So they should go to waypoint 1. They should orbit there. The problem is that this isn't turning white, so I don't understand why it won't turn white. I've been having this problem with the mission editor for a while, where all the things I add, they're not white. So I'm guessing that that's a classification of it being something where they... well, let's make this 20,000 feet. 20,000 feet. 20,000. I had all this set up. I don't understand why all of a sudden this just isn't working anymore. But whatever. We'll try this again. Since we sat through the first part, I'm not going to make you guys sit through it again. But it worked. I've tested these missions already before, and they worked. So I don't understand why all of a sudden it's just being really ridiculous.
Now that we have a good idea of how to approach targets and, ideally, get away unscathed, it's time to start diving into more realistic scenarios. Hornets are able to drop their ordnance without being shot down.
Target, enter.
Get your aircraft loaded with the appropriate weaponry. Set your harms up to fire on a SAM site near waypoint 2. Then get into the air and fly to waypoint 1 for further instructions.
Ugh. It's like I'm damned if I do, damned if I don't. If I use head tracking, it drifts around a lot, which is really annoying. If I don't use head tracking, I have the keybinds for moving your head around are overly sensitive, so you have to like tap 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 it, and it's come on, man. Can we just okay, get our autopilot set up, or get our autopilot ready to go. Back. Set up. Really annoys me when things don't do what I tell them to do. Alright.
Is waypoint 2. You've had plenty of practice taking out SAM sites in the...
Autopilot be all... Alright, are they sitting there at the waypoint that they're supposed to sit at? It seems like they are. It seems like all the extra things that came... you have to do the... From what I could see, you have to do pick the close air support option. Because that's the only one that gives you the attack a specific unit option that I could find. So, I don't know. We're getting kind of close to our thing here. Our autopilot turned off. Pull back on the throttle. So we can give our missile time to do what it's got to do. So ideally, we're going to hit that. Then we get the radio item to let them know, hey, you can go in and kill the SAM. We're just going to chill here. So ideally, by the time the missile is any danger to us, because I want to keep the signal strong so that our harm has a really good chance of hitting it. Our harm should hit it way before its missile hits us. There we go. Okay, so now I should be able to go with other.
31, pushing from waypoint 1 at 20,000.
There we go. It's still flying. We're just getting closer to the smoke. That's a little scary. Stores, arm. I'm gonna go back into self-protection mode.
Coding 1, tally of SAM at bulb 007 for 80.
Keep it focused on us. Fire off another one here in a second if it doesn't go away. Okay. But I'm not getting any notification that we damaged anything, but I see smoke there, so clearly we did something. So, let's go ahead, get our autopilot set up to altitude hold so that we don't have to do that. And I'm just going to enter a nice, shallow left-hand turn. Auto throttle it to keep us from ending up doing some things that we don't want to do. And then ideally our F-18s should hit the target here pretty soon. Stay in this mode. Should be relatively safe.
Engaging armor at bulb 007 for 80.
Alright, so now we just gotta wait for our dudes to drop their ordnance on the guy. They have dropped their bomb. Takes forever for these bombs to hit. Of course, the question is, and that's the problem, these guys don't always hit. So sometimes you get screwed relying on the AI to actually do what they're supposed to do.
For 80.
Okay. Is it dead? You know, oh, okay. Target's been destroyed. RTB to waypoint 3. I somehow missed that. Okay. Get ourselves turned off in that direction. We are going to get our TACAN set up for 22 X-ray, which is the thing there. We're going to get the waypoint turned off. Get over to our HSI, get our TACAN set up. Get the course set to 129, because that is our bearing. Okay, actually pull up. Get our B-alt hold. I'm a little confused as to why couple mode isn't showing up. There, because the thing isn't. The TACAN wasn't actually showing up for us, so there's always that. All right. The great thing about the autopilot in this aircraft is that it will automatically line you up on the course line you set to the tack in, so that's always nice. We'll switch ourselves to the radar altimeter. I'll let the autopilot line us up for the runway there, because why not? Pull back on the throttle a little bit.
Accelerate to 350 knots and execute case 1 recovery.
Now, I've been having a little bit of an issue landing the Hornet lately because I've been practicing a lot with the A4 Skyhawk, so that's a much different profile. And just like everything else, the more you practice, the better you get at things. And then with perishable skills like this, the less you practice, the worse you get. So this is probably going to be a pretty crap landing, but we'll do our best. We'll do our best to get through it. Okay. Just gonna go ahead and pull back on the throttle now because we're pretty fast. Make sure all of our autopilot things are disengaged so that they don't screw with me. Reciprocal heading is 310, I think. Actually going to go to 330 to simulate the angled deck. Oh. Might help to actually do that one. Landing gear and flaps and all that stuff are kind of critical for the landing process. This is why I said, like, it's been a while since I've done this. I've forgotten all of the steps here. Seem to be relatively set. And we are going to make use of the auto throttle. Come on. Come on. There we go. Key. Start doing our 30-degree turn to the left. Now, using the auto throttle is similar to using the APC in the Skyhawk. You basically just use the stick to point your velocity vector where you want it to go, and the throttle will automatically adjust to maintain the proper angle of attack. So it's a different kind of thing. It's a little bit less frantic because you're not having to constantly move the throttle. The aircraft does that for you. All right, so we hit the 90 there. I'm going to shallow out our turn a little bit. Probably didn't need to do the 20-degree offset there, but whatever. It is what it is. So the only problem with using the auto throttle for this is that the throttle is always a little bit behind what you're wanting to do. That's why the manual throttle is usually the best way to go. We're actually going to lower ourselves down a little bit so that hopefully we don't end up damaging the aircraft by landing too hard. So we're going to anticipate a little bit by aiming a little shallow, or by aiming a little bit towards the end of the runway. To this end of the runway here, and then we'll pull up a little bit and hopefully get the proper. And throttle back.
Good trap.
Speed brake out. Hopefully Hopefully we can stop quickly. Come on. We ended up damaging the thing anyway. This is why I use the freaking. Why I just manually throttle it. I have a much harder time controlling our descent rate when I'm letting the throttle go automatically. So just keep that in mind. Okay, and then ideally we just need to get there and stop within the designated area, and we should be all set. Oh, come on. What's going on here? None of my F keys are working. Oh, there we go. Whoa, why are we out here? Alright, maybe it... I thought I had the zones for these pretty large. Oh, it's gonna make me... Oh, we weren't even in the campaign when we did it. Damn it. Alright, well, you know what? So target hit 99.99. All of that was working. 99.99, 9,000 is equal to 1. If you stop inside the shutdown zone and your speed is stopped and all of that, you're supposed to get a less than complete. Good job, and you complete. So that's whatever. Yeah, I'm done for now. We'll try this again another day. So anyway, thanks for watching. Click the like button, subscribe to help us reach 10,000 subscribers. Join as a member for early access to videos, among other perks, where you can just leave YouTube's version of a tip with the thanks button. I also have a PayPal link in the description if you'd like to go that route. Some people prefer to do that. So again, thank you very much for watching. Be sure to come back for the next episode, and I'll see you then.